and they pack the sand in there, they kind of wet it, then they're able to sculpt it. You're not going to believe how beautiful some of these sculptures are down there.
Very talented people, but if they go down there, it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, it's going to feel like they're on the East Coast beaches or something out there with all that sand, because it's going to be hot. And you know what? Even our beaches are going to get very warm Saturday, especially the northern end, Cannon Beach, Seaside Beach, as we talk about this hot weather. So it's time to bring out the 9-degree tracker again, and it's already been a hot summer. Typically, we see 12 days at 90 or higher in one summer. Well, this year, we've already hit 16. Today we came close. We're in the upper 80s, and we're going to see 90s again. So by the time we head into Monday, this number is going to be up to at least 18 if we don't try to do it again Monday. So we're already in the top 10 list for the amount of 9-degree days that we have had so far this year. All-time record is 22, and there's still a lot of time in summer to hit that all-time record. So I'll be tracking that for you and talking about the heat. But at least this time, the heat that builds in this weekend doesn't look like it's going to be as long-lasting as that last one. We all remember how long that was, because that just makes it even tougher in your home, because then your house just gets hotter and hotter each day, and it just makes it tougher to cool down. At least with this, we'll get a little bit of a break next week. 87 right now. Our high today, 88 degrees. So just a couple of degrees shy of 90. The wind's kicking in, though, now, making it feel very pleasant out. So temperatures will continue to drop. We'll have a nice breeze, and this evening will actually be really comfortable. So if you're a little bit cool spending your evenings over the past couple of nights out, tonight I don't think you're going to have that issue, because we'll be in the mid-80s at 7 p.m., mid-70s by 10 o'clock, and we're still really in the 70s going into the 11 o'clock hour. So it'll be really nice. High clouds have been streaming in as we change up the weather pattern, and what's happening is we've had this one disturbance that's pulling away, and there's still a little bit of cool air to be found behind this disturbance dipping down out of Canada. So central and eastern Oregon, you'll have one more day of fairly mild weather. It's going to get into the 80s and low 90s, but Sunday will actually be the hotter day for you as the system continues to head east. All of the heat building right now out over the Pacific, and you can see where the jet stream takes that dip with that cloud cover. Well, that heads east, and that's what's going to bring in all that heat for the valley, even into the Cascades going into tomorrow. So hour by hour, we'll wake up and quickly go into the 60s. It'll be a warmer start. We go into the afternoon for your Saturday. We're talking highs in the mid-90s for Portland, and then you drop farther south of Salem, and we could be talking highs in the upper 90s, maybe even approaching the triple digits. Coastal areas tomorrow afternoon will be spent in the 80s, but we may actually top out early in the day. Again, close to 9 degrees up near Astoria and Cannon Beach. We go into Sunday, it changes up a little bit cooler for the coast. Highs mainly in the 70s, but we're right back into the 90s for the valley, and it's going to be hot again through the gorge, and that's when we'll see places in central and even eastern Oregon starting to get back into the 90s. So here's a look at your forecast for the weekend. For the gorge, 90s Saturday. Winds will actually be coming in from the east, so a hot east breeze, but light winds. Sunday, those winds crank back up again, this time from the west, 15 to 25. So it'll be a breezy day for you both days. As we go into central Oregon for the weekend, Saturday, 84, 90 on Sunday. So it does get hotter on the second half of the week once you head east of the Cascades. For the coast, Saturday is going to be nice and warm. We're talking highs in the upper 80s, maybe even low 90s, and then by Sunday is back to the 70s, so cooling off a little bit for the coast. Here's a look at the exact numbers for the coast tomorrow. Sunny and feeling nice, especially up near Astoria, Seaside in the upper 80s, right around 90 for Tillamook. Lincoln City will be in the 70s, so the farther south you go, the cooler it's going to be, but it's still going to be very pleasant. I-5, highs in the 90s, so another really hot one for us. Central, and then heading east, we're looking at temperatures in the 80s to low 90s up in Pendleton. Cascades, highs in the 80s for Government Camp Hood River at 96. And then this is a look at your forecast as we go through the next few days. Temperatures start to drop a little bit on Monday, and then we go into the rest of the weekend. Temperatures really start to taper off in the upper 70s Wednesday and Thursday. And don't forget this weekend, this is going to be really fun. Project Pabst over at Zidell Yards. Have you ever been to, I went to this last year. It was super fun. It'll be hot, so stay hydrated. PBR and great music. You have Blondie, you have Passion Pit, you have, oh, who else? I'm forgetting. Weezer.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm forgetting the main. You know, Blondie and Weezer are the two biggies, but there are a lot of really good bands, and it's going to be an awesome time. It's going to be hot just like it was last year.
You like some of that music, right?
I do, yeah. Well, Weezer's like old school, but Passion Pit, they're kind of up and coming, and I really enjoy Passion Pit.
I'm taking part in something new. You know what this is? This is seaweed that tastes like bacon.